What up? You got Mr. Smith, 0.5 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Pose for the frame. All right, listen, in this video, I want to talk about how to automate your credit. How to automate your credit. Now, let's dive straight in. I was just opening up, or I just started reading The Automatic Millionaire, and it inspired this video. If you haven't read The Automatic Millionaire, it's just basically a way to automate becoming a millionaire by using the money that you already have, but putting it giving it direction in a way that's automatic so that you don't feel the urge to have to be so disciplined. So why is that important and how is that applicable to credit? Well, this is the thing. A lot of times people lack discipline, or just the idea of having to be disciplined is just something they shy away from. They're like, I got to do this. Because it just seems like this big mountain. People are looking at the big mountain that they have to climb versus the little steps that they have to take in order to look back a year or so later and realize I made it to the top of the mountain one step at a time. So what happens is people never even do what it is that they wanted to do because they feel that discipline is, something that makes them uncomfortable, and discomfort is something our brain is wired to keep us away from, which is why many people don't try to do certain things. We want to keep our mind away from discomfort as much as possible. So in this book, The Automatic Millionaire, basically, they're trying to overcome that objective. And that's the same thing that I want to do with you. As it relates to your credit, for years, we've taught people how to fix their own credit. For years, we've given people access to tools and resources and documents and letters to help them restore their credit. For years, we've shown people how to bring in more cash flow into their household so they can eliminate debt and then just go to use that debt or that extra cash flow to build wealth. We've done that for years. However, we have certain people who've done it and got amazing results. I know Queen, we got different people that got amazing results, just from the free information, from credit to cash flow to debt elimination to debt freedom, the whole 9 yards, to growing their investments, whatever. But we also have some people who didn't do anything and then they felt as though it didn't work. No, the problem is they didn't put the stuff to work. They didn't work the system or the information that was provided to them. And maybe they're more of a personality type who would like to automate things, meaning basically you set it and somewhat forget it, or you at least automate the process so you don't have to think about it. And you're not worrying about the idea of what if I don't do this, because you already got it set and automated, and it decreases the chances of you stopping your progress or hindering yourself from the progress. So how can you do that with credit? Well, we taught DIY for so long, but as you know or not know, I own a credit restoration company where I help people restore their credit, holistically focusing on all factors. And one thing that you can automate, and of course you have to invest in yourself to do it. It's not cheap, not free, but you have to invest in yourself to do it, is hire someone as a credit restoration company or individual, however you operate, and basically allow them to do the things that allows you to automate the process, meaning they're doing it on your behalf. They're sending out the letters on your behalf. They're communicating with the creditors and the bureaus on your behalf. That's automating the process. All you did was use the money as the tool that it is. You're supposed to use your money as a tool to get the things that you desire, require, and deserve. So one way to do that, put your money into something that can be doing something for you. So if you were to invest in us, then you invest into yourself, you get access to our, program, and basically in our program, we'll be doing the work on your behalf and giving you some guidance on some things that you can be doing on your end, but you've at least automated one part of it, which is the cleaning up of your actual report, seeing what's negative, seeing what's erroneous, seeing what's outdated, seeing what's on there that shouldn't be on there because it's been on there for far too long, whatever the case may be. All of those things are being done on your behalf. So you're automating a part of the process. So understanding that's how you automate your credit. You just use your money, throw some dollars at it, and let the system or our program work on your behalf. Or if you choose someone else, let their program work on your behalf. Now, I will say this, that's only one part of credit. So how do you automate the other portions of your credit? Well, of course, you want to be paying everything on time all the time. So if you can get to a place where you automate your bills or things that you're paying for on a monthly basis, then that's automating the process. You're not thinking about it. You know it has to be paid. And the last thing people like to do is get paid and then try to budget out their money. But if you just automate the process, if you know exactly how much you have to spend per month and you make sure that's in there, and maybe you separate the other funds, for leisure, things of that nature, now you're automating the bill payment process and you're not as boggled down with the idea of, I got to go pay these bills. Now you automated the process. It is what it is, and you keep it moving. So that's one way to automate it. That keeps your payment history intact. The same is true if you have credit cards or debt. You want to automate that process and get things flowing. Now, some people may say, well, I don't have the cash flow to do it. Like, I'm barely making ends meet. I can't automate it because it might overdraft or whatever the case may be. And then in that case, I would encourage you to tap into what we've been teaching for years on how to increase your cash flow to shift income back in your pockets from the people who have been taking it from you. Income shifting is something we've been teaching for years. And I highly encourage you looking at that as an option, as well as other sources of income outside of your primary income, because that is another form of cash flow that allows you to bring more in. So now you can automate certain things. And I promise you what it does is create stress freedom, because many people just don't like the idea of doing certain things because they feel as though they can't afford to do certain things, or that, they're not where they want to be. That's just some people. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of people winning, but that causes stress, and it starts as a small thing, but over time it compounds into a large thing. So if you find yourself being stressed in any of the areas we discussed, the best thing you can do is use the money as a tool, have it done for you, and that allows you to minimize your stress, automate the process, and then you're able to still move forward and climb that mountain, even though you wasn't always hands-on with it. Another thing I suggest, just to kind of throw this in as a bonus, is it's kind of automation, but basically sometimes it's things that you've already done in the past that you can just invest in yourself and spend some money in order to put yourself in a way that you're able to benefit from things you already done, and that helps your credit as well. So what am I talking about? Many people who I talk to have been renting for years. However, it's now a time to where people are able to use that rent if they get it reported properly with the right companies. And now you're able to take the rent that you've already paid and allow that to boost your credit score. That's a pretty powerful concept. So that's another form of automation, because it's automatically already done, because it's something that you've done years ago. And some companies allow you to go backtrack and claim 2 years of your good rental history. So that's a powerful piece of the process. And then going forward, it will also be reporting. And most people, if they don't pay anything else, they're going to make sure they got their roof over their head automatically. So from a standpoint of automating things, if you put all of those factors together, have somebody to automate the part where we're cleaning up your credit report. If that's us, great. Set up a consultation, and hopefully we can assist you through that process. If that's someone else, then great. I just want to throw this out there. And as far as the automation of the bills, if you can make it happen, make it happen. And I promise you, your stress levels will go down and you'll just feel happier. Even if you're not where you want to be, you know that you're making progress going towards where you desire to be. So that being said, that's all I got in this video. Automate your credit restoration process. Mr. Smith signing out.